Hello friends, this is Laloon Bunny and welcome to my channel. Today I am featuring two of my new fountain pens and they are both Jinhao 10 fountain pens. So these fountain pens are quite popular nowadays in our community as they are also a dupe for Pilot Vanishing Point at a portion of the price. Jinhao 10 are from China. I mean, the brand Jinhao is from China, and these are, of course, as you can see, they are retractable fountain pens, which are dupes for the Pilot Vanishing Point. So I got two colors. So the first color is sort of a orange gradient, but on the description of the product that I bought, it's called coffee gradient, and on some descriptions, it's called pumpkin latte. So for the purpose of this video, let's just call it pumpkin latte. But I think coffee gradient is also a good name. So any of those. So as you can see, the Jinhao brand name is on the fountain pen clip, and that's how the body looks like. It's really gorgeous, especially in actual. And that's the nib. I believe I got mine in fine nib, so that's how it looks like. It doesn't have a breather hole, as you can see, and I've heard a lot of good reviews that it's a very good and smooth rider. So this one is the stripes in gunmetal or gray gradient, and it's very similar to the Pilot Vanishing Point stripes, but this one is in dark gray. So I got mine in extra fine, and I'm really excited and looking forward to using this and trying them out. And it comes with the converter, so it doesn't have a cartridge. And as far as I know, you could use Pilot ink cartridges on this pen. So that's how the nib unit looks like. Okay, so as you can see, it has a plastic converter and it goes into the nib unit. So same with Vanishing Point, it has a notch. So that's how the nib unit looks like inside. At its price, the body of Jinhao Tens has some substantial weight to it, so it's not really light and it feels really premium. So I have a dark blue Vanishing Point and it is in broad 18 karat gold nib. So as you can see, one of the difference would be the clip, wherein the Pilot Vanishing Point has this sort of waist on the clip. So that's where your fingers would go. And also, so I will show you the nib unit. Okay, so the Pilot Vanishing Point comes with a cartridge and a converter and a converter cap. So that's how the nib looks like. It is an 18 karat gold, and I believe Pilot Vanishing Points also have a stainless steel option, which are cheaper. Stainless steel nib options, which are cheaper. So, okay. And there's also a Pilot Japan name on the Vanishing Point body. Okay, so now let's open the Jinhao 10 again and let's compare the nibs side by side. So as you can see, the Jinhao 10 doesn't have a breather hole compared to the Vanishing Point. And I believe the nib units are interchangeable between the Vanishing Point and Jinhao 10 bodies. I just tried mixing and matching the bodies of the fountain pens, but I'm not sure it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing or appealing. What do you think? Okay, so and I also have a Majon A1 press which I got from Read and Write with Casey, which I will show later. So now let's take a look at the sealing mechanism of the fountain pen. So I turned on the light of my camera. So as you can see, this is the pilot vanishing point. So that's how the nib cover looks like. And so there. And this is the Jinhao 10. So I've heard through some of the users of Jinhao 10 that the sealing mechanism isn't that great or reliable. So the ink dries out after few days. So let's see if that will also happen to me. But I will choose a wet or a very lubricated ink for Jinhao 10, and then we'll see if it dries out easily. Okay, so this is the Majan A1 press, and it's in matte black, and this one doesn't have a clip. So I think this is a perfect option for those who are not comfortable with the clip that the Vanishing Point engine How 10 has. Okay, so this one is an EF nib, and so far this provides me with a very comfortable and smooth writing experience. So that's how the cover or sealing mechanism of this retractable fountain pen looks like. So far, it doesn't dry out easily, but it has some hard starts, the Majon A1 press. But after some time, after you write it, you tried writing with it, the the ink starts flowing. So that's my experience. Okay, so I chose my Monteverde inks. So for the pumpkin latte or coffee gradient, I'll be inking this pumpkin cake. And I've known Monteverde inks to be very lubricated and wet inks. So that's the reason why I chose this ink. So I'm just going to fill up the converter and put the fountain pens in a nib down position so that the ink would flow onto the feed of the nib. Okay, so I didn't wait a long time for the ink to flow, so that's how wet the ink is on this fountain pen. Okay, so let's do some writing samples. So this is my Midori A5 in dot grid, and it's my pen and ink journal. So I'm just decorating this page with some of my stamps. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with my writing samples and some relaxing music. So grab some snacks, tea, or coffee, and enjoy watching. So the rumors are true. I am in love with these fountain pens. Um, it provides such a very smooth and lubricated writing experience, even if they are in fine and extra fine nib. So the fine nib is very smooth with very minimal and very noticeable feedback, while the extra fine nib provides a more obvious or tactile feedback. So I think also that the inks are perfect for these fountain pens. And then I'm going to be providing some feedback after a week to see if the ink really dries out on these fountain pens. If you have reached this part of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to support my channel. Again, this is Laloon Bunny. Have a creative and happy day. Bye!